Hot! All right. It looks like we're all settled in. It looks like everybody's got their snacks. Everybody's got their drinks. Everybody's got their funny messages. Everybody's got things that they can throw at me every once in a while. It's great. I am auditioning for the NES Toho game, the next Toho game. The NES Toho game would be my aesthetic, though. That's not wrong. That's not wrong. How's it going, Poncho? How you doing? How's it going? What's up? How's it hanging? All right. I guess it looks like all the people that want to be here are here. So we'll get things going. We'll do it. All right. So we're heading into a chapter which is going to feature our girl Noelle, and I've got a feeling. I got a feeling that that's gonna be. I got a feeling that's gonna be our final chapter, because I think we're gonna wrap around from Akarsha. So, no lesbians in the soup either. Wouldn't fit in the pot. You'll be in and out? Yeah, that's fine. I understand. All right. The first phrase is mirror. Noelle copies down the unfamiliar characters on the board stroke by stroke. What did it look like again? It was this one. That's what she said. Tom in general. Noelle writes it down, then checks it against the words on the board. I got it right. Now for the next one. The next phrase is admit. You should already know recognize. Meaning is to bear or to carry. Everybody taking this down? We are all learning Chinese. This would be easier if Chinese words used an alphabet like most languages. It infuriates me how you can't tell how a Chinese character is pronounced by the way it looks. You're forced to learn every single word twice, how it sounds and what it looks like. It's wildly inefficient. A couple hours into the lesson, a kid towards the back of the room raises his hand. Teacher, how many Chinese characters are there? At least 80,000. 80,000? What, 9,000? Don't worry, most educated people only know about 8,000. 8,000 is still a mind-boggling number. After school, Noelle does her weekly packet of Chinese homework at the kitchen table. I've spent every Saturday since kindergarten tediously memorizing a few characters at a time, but it's barely even made a dent. You only know Genki. After all these years, I still can't read a book or the newspaper. At this pace, it's hard to imagine I'll ever be able to. Noelle, what is this? Noelle looks up to see her mom holding a sample packet of pads and tampons she got from school. Oh, that's from the sex ed talk we had in class. The girls received a presentation about menstruation. The school gave you this? Using a tampon is the same as having sex! Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's gonna be a night, isn't it? That's not what the teacher's giving the talk said. It's a tool for absorbing blood. No, you'll be able to feel it the whole time. Then it goes into... Her mom can't even bear to say it. It's the same as having sex with a man. The woman giving the talk said plenty of girls use it. American girls get their periods so early because they're thinking sexual thoughts at a young age. That's not natural. You shouldn't be thinking about these things until you're married. After throwing away the immoral tampons, her mom goes off to the living room to watch a Chinese variety show. I feel like Immoral Tampons would be a great punk band name. Somebody write that down. We're going to be using that. That's going to be our punk band name. It's hard growing up, trusting very little of your parents' judgment. My mom doesn't believe in mental illness, yet genuinely believes in superstitions like auspicious dates, and no amount of proof or argument will sway her. Immoral tampons, got it. In Chinese society, is Chinese society just decades behind the West? I've yet to meet a white person whose mind works this way. Noelle glances over at the show her mom is watching. Colorful words and cartoons fly across the screen as cheesy sound effects play.
撑多久呢？所以我们今天有天长地久派，有能撑多久派。婚姻感情应该有时候会天长地久。
Are we all enjoying this?
就会能撑多久。
I would simply choose not to. Rip to the folks who have their period, but I'm different. So tacky. It's one of those shows where they interview a panel of foreigners who can barely speak Mandarin. Noelle cringes at the boring boing noises that are overlaid over the host's jokes. They're just laughing at the foreigners for not understanding the questions they've been asked. Why is this popular? It's so juvenile and embarrassing. I feel like I'm losing brain cells as I listen to this. Disgusted, Noelle returns to scrutinizing the impenetrable paragraph of Chinese she's supposed to be analyzing for homework. Why am I even going to use what am I even going to use Chinese for? Watching dribble like that? I have no interest in the backwards culture that produced my pathetic, narrow-minded parents. When a commercial break comes on, she throws down her pencil. I want to quit Chinese school. Her mom whirls around from the couch, alarmed. What? Why? I hate it. It always takes up my entire Saturday. They assign so much homework every week on top of the regular homework I get from school. Noelle's dad looks up disapprovingly from the newspaper he's reading. Well, you can't quit. What kind of Chinese person can't even speak Chinese? We'll lose face if you don't learn. Man, you know, there's a whole lot going on here of parents pushing their own ideals and their ways onto their kids in a way that's very unhealthy and fucks them up. It's almost like this is a very lived experience. Other people will think we're bad parents. Why does it matter what other people think? I'm the one whose limited time is being sucked away by it. My opinion should be the one that matters the most. No, you have to listen to your parents. It's for your own good. You're too young to understand. Almost nothing drives Noelle up a wall more than being told she's not old enough to understand something. Even I hated that shit when I was growing up. Anytime my parents would use that bullshit, oh my God, there is nothing you could say to me more that would go through me like a brick. It's like, you're not old enough, or when you get old enough, you can blah, blah, blah. And then when you get old enough and start doing the blah, 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 they're like, well, it's my house, so you still can't do blah, blah, blah. Yeah, who's with me? Stop treating me like some feeble-minded little kid. I read at college level already. It doesn't matter, you don't have the life experience yet. Some things you can only know from being as old as your parents are. So just because you're older than me, you're automatically smarter than I am? Yes, I don't accept that. It's your culture. You can't just throw it away. Yes, I can. It's a poorly constructed, archaic language. That's not true. If it's so bad, how come it's worked for thousands of years? You should take more pride in your culture. What is there to be proud of? I'm stuck learning the worst, most pointlessly complicated language in the world. Exasperated, Noelle's parents exchange a look. You're still going to Chinese school. We already paid for your classes this year. Can I quit at the end of the year then? If you still feel this way by the end of the year, fine, you can quit. I can? Huh? No, she can't. Think about it. If she goes to Chinese school with that kind of attitude, she won't learn anything anyway. It's impossible to teach someone who doesn't want to be educated. We might as well at least save money. Yes! The end of the year is pretty far away, but at least the end is now in sight. Quitting Chinese school will significantly free up my schedule. I can probably read a few more books every week. It'll be so worth it. When I'm older, I'll be so thankful that I quit. Noelle is so elated that she doesn't even mind being dragged along the 99 Ranch with her mom, a trip she normally gripes is a waste of time. As they browse the fishball aisle, her mom's Nokia rings. Just quickly brings it to her ear. Hello? There's a pause. Her mom's face falls. What is it? Ma passed away, is Taiwanese term for grandma. Oh, I know I should be sad, but I haven't seen my grandmother for years. I've never had a real conversation with her before. It's like being told that a stranger died. Noelle turns to channel the most extreme elimination challenge. Noelle isn't allowed to close her bedroom door, so she's on high alert as she uses the computer. It sounds like my mother's busy washing vegetables in the kitchen. Here's my chance. Noelle quickly searches homosexuality on Wikipedia. All right! Putting that internet to good use, everybody. Y'all know homosexuality, right? I skimmed the page once as research after Akarsha started insisting Dia and Minso were romantically involved, but I'm positive there was no mention of it being possible for two women to have sexual relations. I would have remembered it. A pic. Reread the Wikipedia article, click sexual intercourse hyperlink, click the lesbian hyperlink. I like all of these. These are all pretty good options. I'm going to click the sexual intercourse hyperlink. The link leads to a more general page called Human Sexual Intercourse. To Noelle's disgust, it features a painting of a man and a woman copulating. This is repulsive. I'd really rather not stay on this page for long. Sexual intercourse commonly refers to the act in which a male reproductive organ enters the female reproductive tract. In recent years, penetration of non-sexual organs by non-sexual organs, fingering, fisting, are also sometimes included in this definition. What on earth is fingering? Is this the finger thing Minso was referring to? Click the fingering hyperlink! Everybody in chat, click the fingering hyperlink. Also, somebody go see if Wikipedia has a fingering page. The page opens. At the top, there's a simple illustration of a naked woman stroking the genitals of another woman. What is this? This is so risque! Noelle breaks into a feverish sweat as she reads the page as quickly as possible. Then, in a panic, Noelle closes the tab, erases her web history, and shuts the computer down. Yeah, it's probably a disambiguation page. Minso was right! I can't believe it! Fingering, sexual act! It's there, everybody! Should such erotic content be allowed on Wikipedia? Anyone can read it! I must destroy all evidence that I've visited that page. Should I uninstall the browser, delete my user profile, perhaps set the computer on fire for good measure? This better not awaken it. Ah! There's the lie! Ah! This better not awaken anything in me. Gee, I hope I don't become a lesbian. Look at this face she's making. It's already awakened. Noelle jumps in her chair when she receives a text. Check your phone. Is it just me, or did King DDD look kind of sexy in this? Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes, this is what I want. Most popular deviations submitted in the last. Oh, good lord. Anyone else? Hello? Anyone care to raise a hand? You're insane. Would anyone else hit it? Hello? Noelle? Banging on your door. If you would fuck King DDD, a penguin, you're braver than the U.S. Marines. There you go. That's the screenshot right there. Dia has left the chat room. Dia is done. Mean is done. Well, why are you like this? I'm so bored. I've been stuck at home all day. Unfortunately for you, I can't entertain you for that long either. Sex icon DDD, yep. I have to leave for the airport soon. Oh yeah, visiting Taiwan, right? How long are you gonna be there again? I'll be there for the entire week. My mom and I will return Sunday afternoon. My dad is staying for an additional week there for business purposes. Can I still message you when you're there? Do you have to use a VPN or something? No, as long as I have the internet access, I should be able to chat like usual. Really? But isn't there like hella censorship? No, that's nothing like Taiwan. It's nothing like that in Taiwan. It's not as if I'm going to China. How's it going, John? Right. Also, what's the difference between China and Taiwan again? Oh, jeez. I mean, I know Taiwan's an island, but is it like, you said you were shot, yet you're still talking like nothing happened. Its own country. I have high pain tolerance. No, you don't. Anyway, I tried to ask in geography class once and everyone started arguing. Everyone started arguing because it's a political question. Having a great day, excited for soup. Yeah, it's good soup. We're here for the good soup. Whether Taiwan is a part of China or a separate country is an extremely controversial issue. Why though? To be honest, I'm not clear on the details. As I understand it, the dispute is a result of civil war that is never properly resolved. Hey, I bet HoloLive can't play this video game. Just saying. Huh. So are you Taiwanese or Chinese? Or both? Well, I went to Chinese school as a kid, and my parents told me Chinese folk tales. Is that how it works? Just because I speak English doesn't mean I'm English. To be frank, I'm floundering because I'd never given it any thought. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to give you an identity crisis. Yeah, I don't think Niji would let this fly either. Even if I say I'm Taiwanese, hardly anyone knows what that means. Even other East Asians. That sounds like how most Americans don't really get Desi identities. How so? Like, they think about it based on country, like you're Pakistani or Indian. But the countries weren't split on racial lines. Like an Indian Punjabi isn't really the same ethnicity as an Indian Guju. But it's all the same non-desis because they don't know the difference. Man, if there is a game that I could play to make me feel like the biggest uncultured swine, this is the game that will do it. Oh, you're right. I don't know the difference. Wait, I know. The answer to what you are. What is it? You're French. Because you're Frenchman. Yeah! That doesn't help me at all. No? No! Later that day, Noelle sits in the back seat of as her dad drives them to the airport. She feels a flash of rage when she sees passing cars sporting a proud parent of an honor roll student bumper sticker. Why would you just brag about such an unremarkable accomplishment on your car? You're supposed to be on the honor roll. It's like buying a bumper sticker that says, "My child breathes air." My parents would never even bother mentioning such a trivial thing. Noelle's mom squints at the airport signage as it passes them by. Noelle, watch the signs for us. Why me? I don't even know how to drive. You were born here. You read faster than us. All right. How is it that after living here for 20 years, they still haven't mastered English? My mom can't even speak English well enough to carry a conversation with a stranger. What have they been doing this whole time? My Chihuahua is smarter than your honor roll student is an actual bumper sticker you've read. I think I've seen some similar ones. Yeah. Which way is parking? Which lane? Just follow the arrows. Turn right. No baby on board. Feel free to hit me. See, even though I have a PhD, ever since you were in second grade, you could read highway signs faster than me. Good thing we have Noelle with us. The signs go by so fast. Noelle's dad scratches his head as she directs him through the airport's labyrinthian roads. Where is it? It feels like we're just going in circles. We're not. You see the sign there? The parking's past the cargo area. Do I turn here? Noelle's heart stops as her dad starts to turn to the street labeled "Do Not Enter." It says "Do Not Enter." Keep straight. Oh. Her dad swerves sharply to stay in the lane. Noelle massages her temples, her heart pounding. I'm surrounded by illiterate idiots. Why does it rest on me, a literal child, to ensure we don't drive into oncoming traffic? They have endless energy when it comes to obsessing over my studies. Why can't they work on their own English instead? As the car rolls into the parking lot, Noelle jolts up in her seat. Wait, this isn't the correct garage. Turn around. Huh? How do you know? The sign says premium parking. Premium means something of exceptional quality, superior. So, isn't that good? Not right now when we're looking for a regular run-of-the-mill parking lot. In this context, premium parking means special parking that's more expensive. Oh, make a U-turn. We're gonna miss our flight. Noelle's mom sighs as the car makes a series of turns. This would have been easier if you could talk to us in Chinese. This would have been easier if your English was better too. Noelle crosses her arms in the back seat, fuming. Why am I the one responsible for making sure we're not separated by a language barrier? You're the ones who chose to move here in the first place. 16 hours later, Taipei. Noelle and her parents take a taxi from the airport to an alley lined with parked scooters. This must be Ah Gong's apartment. We're staying here for the week. Her mom presses the buzzer. We're here! Come in, come in! After huffing and puffing up 4 stories of stairs, Noelle is drenched in sweat. Yeah, that seems like her. Hey! Yay, you're finally here! Chunhua, you've grown so big! Yeah, I must have been in elementary school the last time you saw me. This must be one of my cousins. Noelle, don't be rude. Introduce yourself in Chinese. Hi, Marion I for Lei Ying. My pronunciation is so atrocious, I don't even know if they can even understand me. What'd you say? Lei Ying? Can I just talk in English? Ah Gong doesn't speak English. He only knows Japanese, Taiwanese, and Mandarin. Even the Mandarin he's nearly forgotten. The Ayi gestures to her daughter. She's wearing thick glasses and carrying a huge brick of a book. Noelle, you speak English with Chunhua? She would go to college in America, so she very happy practice speaking. Yes, you can call me literature. Is the name that she chose for herself? Chinese people have such odd taste in English names. That's all right. Chunhua is fine. We're the same ages, right? What do you think is more tall? Chunhua eagerly stands back to back with Noelle and the others can judge. Wait, you're standing on your tiptoes. That's cheating. Huh? No, I am not. Wow, you two are the exact same height. They're both skin and bones. They really are cousins. One US version, one Taiwan version. Noelle glances at Chunhua and realizes with the start that she's right. It looks like meeting a version of myself from a universe where my parents never went to America. He doesn't speak English, he just speaks 3 other languages detail. Yeah, it's a real funny little detail. A stranger with my face. You sure I'm not taller? Yes, we sure. That must be Taiwanese. Chunhua gives him an affectionate hug as Noelle awkwardly watches from the sidelines. Meanwhile, the adults launch into an animated conversation in Taiwanese. I wonder what they're talking about. My Taiwanese is even worse than my Mandarin. I don't know a single word. Actually, wait, isn't Ah Gong Taiwanese? I didn't cover it in Chinese school. Could it be a term exclusively used in Taiwan? It's usually a very special sort. It's really a special sort of confusion, not knowing what language you're speaking. The Ayi leads Noelle's parents to the spare bedroom so they can put their luggage away. This reminds me of how I used to assume Japanese curry was a Chinese dish because my mom made it regularly. If you have a distant relationship with your parents, your culture becomes a nebulous cloud. Is it Chinese to believe pseudoscience? Is it Chinese to have an outdated and sexist worldview? Or is it just my parents? In my particular? How do I distinguish between things particular in my life and Chinese culture? Chunhua brightly takes a seat next to Noelle. Anything you have questions about, you can ask me. You got a book? Let's ask about books. We love books. What are you reading? It's a Chinese translation of a Russian novel. What it's called in English, I don't know. Something brothers. There's brothers, and it's Russian. The brothers Karamazov? Yes, that sounds correct. I've read it before too. This is exciting. I've never met anyone else my age who's read it. Do you like it? The religious themes were of little interest to me, but I found that some of the other ideas thought-provoking. For example, it argues that humans are deeply shaped by others, that everyone bears some responsibility for the sins of everyone else. The Brothers Karnov! Everything we do is a result of a huge interwoven chain reaction of human interactions, and as a result, a crime is never truly one person's fault. It's a societal failure. To Noelle's disappointment, Chunhua nods, looking lost. I see. I guess what I said was beyond her English level. I need to scale back to a simpler topic. Do you like reading? I like reading. Are you nerdy? The sudden question baffles Noelle. Yeah, I suppose so. Good, me too. On the wall, there's even a photo of me that... What? That what? Actually, I changed my mind. Don't look too much at the photos on the wall. They're embarrassing. What else do you want to know? Let's ask about the photos on the wall. We'll just be a little troublemaker. Are you sure there's really nothing else you would rather know? Tell me about them photos! Tell me about those photos. Okay, if you're sure. They go over and look at the pictures on the wall. The first one's of Agong and Chunhua at the park. There's a small chestnut-colored warbler sitting in Chunhua's arm. That bird is the park we found with him abandoned. It was because he fell out of his nest and broke his wing. After it, we got better. We taught him to fly so he could go back to the wild. I see. That's very noble of you. It was Agong's idea. He's quiet, but he is nice, actually. You seem close to your grandpa. Your grandpa? He's your grandpa, too. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's right. To hide her embarrassment, Noelle quickly moves on to the next photo. It looks old. A swarm of children are building a sandcastle as smiling adults look on in the background. This is me, Wan Ping and Wan Zhong. Wan Ping and Wan Zhong are my older cousins. They're my uncle's children. Wan Zhong's working right now. Too bad Wan Ping is traveling right now, or else we could have hung out. Where is he visiting? Japan. It's his honeymoon. Honeymoon? Did he get married? Yes, a month ago. Oh, I had no idea. In the picture, the people behind us is Juju, Agong, and Ama. We didn't knew it, but a weekend was our last one with Ama. I can't help but feel jealous they had any weekends together. While she was spending every Saturday with her cousins and grandparents, I was at school struggling to learn an entire language so I could even begin to communicate with them. Chunhua reluctantly gestures at the last photo, which she was clearly saving for last. And this one is of me with all of my anime figures! Yeah! Let's go! We found the cool relative. Oh, so this is what she meant by nerdy. It's alright, I have a good friend who's interested in this thing too. Really? As she's American? Yeah. She sounds cool. I want to meet her. You do? Once Noelle turns away from the photos, Chunhua points at a framed certificate hanging on the wall behind her. You should look at this award too. It's your mom's. What? Really? Yeah, in college she won a bunch of poetry contests. She was even in the newspaper. I had no idea. This is going to sound extremely mean, but I never suspected my mom had any sort of creative talent. And all I've ever known her is a strict, closed-minded housewife. Here, you should read her things. She's very skilled. Chunhua pulls a magazine from the cabinet and flips open to a page of poetry. Well, this isn't gonna go very well. I'm kind of dumb. I can't read. See what I mean? Some people just have a way with words. It's a big waste she quit. I guess there wasn't enough reason to keep doing it over in America. Noelle stares blankly at her mom's poem. I can't read any of it. That evening, Noelle and her parents walked to the subway. Here's our train. We should reach the night market in a few stops. Oh, I hate taking public transit. The trains are always filthy and poorly maintained. This chapter really looms large in my memory of both games, in like a good or a bad way. As they board the MRT carriage, Noelle steels herself for the stench of vomit, urine, and cigarettes she's grown to expect from American subways. In a great way. All right. But to her amazement, the car's shiny floors and seats look squeaky clean. It looks so squeaky clean you could eat off of them. It's absolutely spotless. Pleasantly surprised, she sits beside her parents in a gleaming plastic seat. Shipai Station. You can actually clearly hear what they're saying. It's not indistinct mumbling like on the BART. An LCD screen light across from her neatly displays the names of the previous, current, and next stations. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Her phone buzzes. Her heart leaps when she sees that it's Akarsha. Hey! Oh, look at her go! That's a good photo, Akarsha. Why did you send this? Aww, I thought you liked me. Even if I hypothetically did like you, why would I want to see this awful picture of you? She is a certified brain genius. Personally, I think it's very hot and sexy of me to play video games against little kids at Fry's Electronics and lose. She's just like me! Is that what you're doing? Nah, I'm back home now playing a game that I bought. It's called Portal! Dude, you'd love it. I don't play computer games. No, you would love it, trust me. It's not like other games where you're some guy shooting stuff. You're a girl and it's a puzzle game. It's in a science research facility. Oh? I'll give you the CD. Just play it. I'll consider it after I return from my trip. Oh yeah, you're in Taiwan. What are you up to right now? I'm riding the subway with my parents. How's that? I hope they aren't giving you a hard time. Actually, ever since we arrived in Taipei, they've been in good spirits. I've never seen my mother so relaxed before. She must be happy to be back home and see her family. Yeah, I think Noelle would totally love Portal. Oh, dang. That's good. We're on the way to the night market right now. I feel paranoid that everyone can call me, that everyone can tell I'm a foreigner. I get what you mean. When I'm in India, they call me an American before I even open my mouth, just from the way I carry myself. Her mom sighs as Noelle taps out the response on her phone. There you are, addicted to your phone. How am I addicted? Compared to other teenagers, I barely use it. You spend so much time talking to your friends. But friendships are only temporary. As soon as it's inconvenient, they'll all disappear. After I moved to America for your future, not a single one kept in touch for me. Cool, Mom! That's a very cool thing that you said. The only people you can trust is your family, and I was so far away from all of mine. The life of an immigrant is a lonely one. Is she hoping I'm going to console her or thank her for making such a brutal sacrifice for my sake? It was her own decision as a full-grown adult to move here. It wasn't up to me. Her mom sighs heavily and stares out the window. There's a message she's always trying to impart on me. I'm lonely because of you. Noelle watches the scenery fly by. After half an hour, the train arrives at their destination, precisely on time. Let's look for clothes. You need new ones. But I have plenty of clothes already. They all have holes in them. You should just throw them away already. Noelle browses through a sea of clothing racks with her parents. A hideous pair of beige pants catches her eye. This would complement many items in my wardrobe, these hideous pants. She turns it over in her hand, searching for its price tag, but it's missing. I'm gonna ask how much these trousers are. Do you know how? Are you serious? Of course I know how. Miffed, she marches over to the stall's cashier and shows her the pants. Might I ask, how much are these pants? 200 NTD. That's only about $7. What a bargain. I waste by the... Oh, what'd you say? Oh, I stumbled over the pronunciation. This! I want to buy this! Okay. Ashamed, Noelle doesn't dare speak another word. The cashier bags her purchase. Excellent. Simply superb. After 6 years of Chinese school, I still can't speak, read, or write Mandarin. She finds her way back to her parents, who are just finishing up their purchase in the neighboring stall. I'm hungry. Let's get dinner at the food court. What for? There's food stalls all over the place. We can just eat as we shop. No, I want to probably sit down somewhere and eat a meal. Noelle follows her parents down the flight of stairs underground food court, the bizarre space that reminds Noelle of a mirror maze. They sit down in a stall and Noelle scans the menu, which is conveniently printed directly in the service of the table. Something chicken, something soup. Noelle has to pick her dish based on the pictures like a toddler would. Do you know what you're getting? I will order the oyster omelet. It's seldom seen in America, so I should take the chance to eat it here. As the stall worker comes over and takes her parents' orders, Noelle mentally recites hers, determined not to be rendered an inarticulate child again. I know this. This is kindergarten level vocabulary. I want oyster omelet. That sounds a tad crude, though. In English, I'd normally say something more like, I'd like to have the oyster omelet. What do you want to order? I want oyster omelet. The woman jots down her order on a pad of paper, nodding. Are you American-born Chinese? Huh? My Chinese is that bad? I am. I can tell. Guess from your accent. So heavy. Noelle's mom sighs as the woman walks off to prepare their meals. All those years of Chinese school wasted. Their food arrives within minutes. Noelle tries a gooey spoonful of her oyster omelet. It's delicious. You'd never guess that this only cost $3. Really? Let me try. Her parents each taste a spoonful of the oyster omelet and shrug, unimpressed. This is below average. I've had way better ones around here before. Yeah, this isn't really what it's supposed to taste like. Well, I'm never here, so I couldn't have known that. Annoyed now, Noelle takes another bite of her oyster omelet. This is the best thing I've ever eaten. I should find out what this place is called so I can find it again. She looks up at the name of the stall, but it's in Chinese. Fuck, I can't read it. I'd better savor it while it lasts. This omelet I can only taste once. All too soon it's over. Noelle sighs as they get up to continue shopping. You should have tried harder to convince me to learn Chinese. Are you serious? We told you not to quit so many times, but you never properly explained why it's so important not to. All you did was give me condescending lectures about how I was too young to understand why it mattered and how I'd be an embarrassment if I didn't learn. English is our second language. It's hard to explain things to you. And it's true, you are an embarrassment. Last week I saw our neighbor's son Michael mowing the lawn and he greeted me in Chinese. See what happens when you listen to your parents? Michael goes to Taiwan with his family every summer. That's the reason he's more fluent, not because he's a superior child to me. Why didn't you just visit Taiwan more often when I was younger? That alone would have made me more interested in learning. I feel like I've been trying to understand Chinese culture by looking at it through a soda straw until now. You think we didn't want to visit Taiwan more too? The airplane tickets are expensive. We have to save up for years for just one trip. Oh. But even so, you should have done more to show me that speaking Mandarin could be a positive experience. Why do you always speak to me in English even though you can't fully express yourselves in that language? If you'd conversed with me in Chinese from a young age, I would have naturally picked up from daily use. We thought you'd have an accent if we did that. We were worried you wouldn't fit in at school. But that's ridiculous. There's no way I would have developed an accent when everyone else I interact with spoke English. I would have grown up bilingual without any ill effects. Resigned, her dad shrugs. Well, too late now. What can you do? What can you do? Noelle and her relatives visit the columbarium housing Ama's ashes. My mom visits this place every time she's in Taiwan. She's bi many things, but lingual isn't one of them. Noelle follows her grandpa into the worship hall. We crossed the ocean to see my grandpa and I've barely spoken a word to him. It's not out of lack of interest. He must have lived a fascinating life. He's the only grandparent I have left. But how do you gain access to the heart of a stranger? Where do you even begin? Tell me about yourself? Who says that to their own grandfather? It would sound like a job interview. Even if I knew what I was to say, what am I capable of saying in Chinese? Today is Sunday? I'm a student? She watches Chunhua take a lotus petal from the glass bowl and offer it to the giant Buddhas. Noelle, we're going to pray for Amma. Take a flower petal from the bowl over here. Can I pray in English? If you have to. Unsure of what she's supposed to do, Noelle does her best to imitate her parents. Hello, Buddha. I seriously doubt you exist, but I'm sure Amma was a wonderful woman. Chunhua deposits the lotus petal in the bowl before the Buddhas, her eyes shining with tears. I miss Amma. To Noelle's surprise, her aunt embraces Chunhua like it's the most natural thing in the world. They're so comfortable with each other. Is that how mothers and daughters are supposed to be? When I look at my mother, the first emotion I feel is stress. Noelle deposits her lotus petal in the bowl and joins Agong, who's waiting to the side. He smiles awkwardly at her as they stand together in silence. What should I do? Try to build a relationship in broken Mandarin? Tell him I like reading and my favorite color is green? Or do I let the moment pass me by, say nothing, and remain strangers? Am I a terrible person if that's what I do? Come on, we're going upstairs. After an elevator ride, they arrive at the floor housing their grandma's ashes. Amma's over there. Noelle follows everyone down the hall to one of the niches. The only thing distinguishing it from the others is the tiny name tag on the door. Not that I can read it. Even if I could, I don't know the names of any of my relatives. And at that point, I'm too embarrassed to ask. Even Chunhua's name I only know by sound. I have no idea what it looks like. Noelle's dad points to the units beside Amma's. Your mom and I bought our spots too. Already? You're only in your 50s. Well, there's a limited number, so we made sure to reserve them before they were all gone. I suppose my parents are fairly odd. They didn't manage to have me until their 40s. Going off of the average American life expectancy, they probably have around 25 years left. Noelle's mom wipes her eyes and open a little door for Amma's unit. Will I cry if my mother dies someday? I'm starting to seriously worry that I won't. What kind of monster does that make me? What kind of cold, heartless person cares so little about her own parents? Is there something wrong with me? Do I just not form emotional bonds as deeply as ordinary people do? I mean, that's totally valid. When I get back to Agong's apartment, Noelle and her mom begin packing to leave. Are you all flying back tonight? Actually, my dad will be in Taiwan for another week attending to business matters, so my mother and I are flying back alone. 1 week is too short. As Noelle fits the last of her clothes into the roller bag, Chunhua takes a seat, pulling a thick tome out of her backpack. Noelle feels a twinge of sadness as she watches her cousin read her huge academic-looking book. If I'd grown up in Taiwan, we probably would have become close. Suddenly, a strange thought occurs to Noelle. If I'd grown up here, would my personality have been shaped by something more similar to Chunhua's? How much of my personality is just a product of being raised by an immigrant helicopter mother with no friends or family around to balance her out? Would my mother and I have gotten along? The magazine Chunhua shows Noelle earlier is still out in the coffee table, taunting her. I'm finished packing, so I have some time to kill before we go to the airport. Maybe I can translate the poem my mother wrote? Noelle digs her emergency Chinese to English dictionary out of her backpack. I was being a petulant baby in elementary school. All I have to do is persevere and power through learning the language properly this time. I'll simply look up each word I don't know and burn its pronunciation and meaning into my memory. Unfortunately, she doesn't know a single word of the poem's first line. After spending 15 minutes pounding 7 words into her memory, her enthusiasm evaporates. This is actually incredibly difficult. I'm not surprised that I have nothing to show for my 6 years of Chinese school. It feels like the knowledge is just washing over my brain like water over plastic. Is my brain just not wired for this? Could it be genetic? Even after living a majority of their lives in America, my parents haven't mastered English either. It takes another 15 minutes for her to finally overcome the first line of the poem. At last, on to the second line. And I finally know all these words. Mirror, flowers, water, moon. It's total gibberish. Is it supposed to sound poetic mushed together like that? Mirror, flower, water, moon. Noelle feels the urge to tear the magazine to shreds. Perhaps noticing her hands quaking in barely suppressed rage, Chunhua peers over Noelle's shoulder to see what she's reading. What's wrong? Nothing, I'm just translating one of my mom's poems. Why don't you ask your mom for help? I'd rather die. Oh, okay. Maybe I can help instead? Where are you stuck? What's this supposed to mean? Oh, that's a, how do you call it? A saying, like a lesson of a story. It's short for flower in the mirror, moon in the water. Pretty much it means something that you can see but never grasp. Like a flower reflected in a mirror of a moon shining on the water's surface. Yeah, I caught those. Yes, you can't teach your hand. You can't reach your hand to the mirror and take the flower out. It's impossible. You can only look, never take it. I see. So mirror, flower, water, moon is shorthand for something beautiful but unattainable. Pretty much. The IE cheers as Noelle's mom manages to zip her bulging suitcase closed. Ready to go to the airport? Let's go. Noelle gives herself a half-translated poem one last despairing look before flipping the magazine shut. Is that what I've been chasing after this whole time? A flower in the mirror? Poignant! If only I get straight A's, I'll have a normal relationship with my parents. If only I land a summer internship, I'll have a normal relationship with my parents. If only I become fluent in Chinese, I'll have a normal relationship with my parents. What if it was never possible from the start, no matter what I did? That evening, Noelle and her mom make landfall in California. Instead of driving home from the airport, they take the BART back. Noelle wrinkles her nose as she inhales the stench of vomit, urine, and cigarettes. Dad's car is parked in the airport garage. Why not just drive it home? We wouldn't be able to get gas. It's not safe for women to pump gas. It's so easy for a criminal to grab you and drive away. We live in one of the safest suburbs in the entire U.S. Is that why she's always has my dad pump the gas? Besides, I can't read fast enough. When you're driving on the freeway, the signs pass you by so quickly. Noelle reluctantly sits down on a filthy worn seat with a suspicious brown stain on it. The conductor mumbles something unintelligible over the intercom as the train stops at the station. Next, miss. A breathless man enters the train car just before the doors shut. His eyes frantically scour the interior. Does this train go to Berkeley? It does not. It's for the Fremont train. Shit, I need to get off at the next station. As the train continues onward, Noelle notices a puddle of liquid traveling down the floor. What is that? Did someone spill their drink? No! Ah! Fucking nasty! That bitch peed in her seat! What? Disgusted, Noelle recoils and keeps her feet as far from possible as the pee spreading on the floor. It's pee-pee train! So fucking gross, fucking bitch! Biohazard, please evacuate at the next station. What's he saying? The urine is a biohazard. We need to get off of the train at the next station. It's pee-pee time! Once the doors open, Noelle and her mom hastily drag their luggage off the train and onto the concrete platform. Maybe we should have driven after all. I didn't know BART was like this. We're still several stops from our destination. Noelle and her mom wait on the bench for the next train home. 9-car train to Fremont in 6 minutes. Our next train will arrive in 6 minutes. Okay. Good thing I was here with you, or else I wouldn't know what train to take. Exhausted, Noelle stares at the dark line of trees ahead of them. It's cold. Why are we here? Because the hobo lady peed on the floor? That's not what I mean. Why did you move from Taiwan to America? To give you more opportunities. That doesn't make any sense. Taiwan is superior to the U.S. by every conceivable metric, and it's not even close. Taiwan has socialized healthcare, a more robust public infrastructure, and one of the lowest poverty rates in the world. Americans live shorter lives. Even worse, they're not as good at math and science. Taiwan was different in the past. All you see is Taiwan now, but it didn't used to be this way. And America was strong. We were scared China was going to invade Taiwan. But they didn't. In all this time that we've lived in America, nothing's happened. That's true, but it could have happened. But the plain truth is that it didn't. You could have just stayed put. I could have grown up in Taiwan and Chunhua and the rest of my cousins, and everything would have been fine. But we didn't know that. You think that we had a crystal ball telling us the future? Noelle's mom perks up as a train screeches to a stop on the platform. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. It's not the kind of dynamic that you expect going into it. You wouldn't admit your bay, Akarsha! Fruit Vale, Dublin, Pleasanton train. That's our train. No, it's not. Noelle's mom settles glumly back on the bench. You know how Chunhua wants to study in America? Yeah? I told her not to do it. It's not worth it. I didn't realize how hard it would be. You'll be far from everyone you know, and your kids won't understand what you're talking about. You can't communicate with them. I didn't know that if you have kids in America, your kids will be American. That wasn't obvious to you? No. Noelle waits for her friends at the baseball club meeting to begin. How was Taiwan? It was amazing. The subway system, it was so punctual and efficient, and the signage was so clear. If you ever visit DA, you don't have to be afraid of getting lost or not hearing the announcements like you do on BART. Everyone there meticulously organizes their recyclables too. If people fail to sort their materials properly, the government will fine them up to $200. Wait, they do that in Korea too. Interesting. Perhaps Korea is more similar to Taiwan than I thought. I bet Korea did it first and then Taiwan just stole it. What makes you think that? Thea listens with a small smile as Noelle continues extolling the virtues of Taipei's trash collecting system instead of describing any of the landmarks she visited. You must have liked it there. You're right, I did. What do you call it when you're grateful for the things your parents have done for you, but at the same time you feel like they made critical mistakes that'll probably affect you forever? Isn't that just life? I suppose it is. Damn it, my shoelaces keep coming undone. Noelle glances to her left where Akarsha is crouched over tying her sneaker laces. Why have you tied your shoelaces like that? It's Silicon Valley. This is the Silicon Valley, Frenchman, the land of innovation. Did you get me any souvenirs on your trip? No. Huh? Meanie. I didn't get anyone anything. We had limited luggage space. All we brought back were snacks that can't be found here and the dubious beauty products my mom wanted. Dubious beauty products? Like what? Nail clippers with bombs in them? Why would there be nail clippers with bombs in them? All I meant was the products in question value, all I meant was products with questionable value like skin whitening cream. Ugh. Wait, skin whitening cream? Like to make your skin whiter? Yes, Chinese beauty standards are all kinds of messed up. It's been ingrained very deeply into people's minds that the lighter your skin is, the better. That's just like India. Oh my god, I thought it was just a brown thing. You guys have colorism too? Oh, is it similar in your culture? It's a whole thing. You have no idea. I would argue that I do have an idea. My mother even tells me not to spend time outside to avoid getting a tan. Oh, my mom does that too. They have those dumb as fuck skin creams in Korea too. It's the same. It's the same. Yellow and brown parents. They match just like pee and poo. Akarsha's just kind of got life figured out, you know? She just gets it. What the fuck, man? Akarsha, have you ever considered not speaking? How mean! The second I open my mouth, you all jump to slap my balls. Do you have to word it like that? I'm trying to use more phrases with the word balls in it in my normal conversations. Why? I don't know, I just think it'll add more flavor. Death Bagels, assemble! The Death Bagels gather around Krista and Liz as they begin the meeting. So we got good news and bad news. Good news, we have a game today. Bad news, it's the Niles baseball team again. They're the only ones who would play us again. Ah, that's not surprising. Noelle died of slapma. We either win by pulling some weird shenanigans or lose so badly we get mercied. There's no in between. So most teams we play aren't exactly eager for a rematch. We had to swear up and down you would be normal this time. So y'all better not be weird. Alright, we yakusoku. What? That's how you say promise in Nihongo, aka Japanese. I thought y'all were over this. Is everyone ready to go? The other team just got here too. The Death Bagels walk over to the field where the killer whales are already warming up. Yeah, we chose Death Bagels, but there were like 4 other great options that we could have chosen. No big Deke energy this time. Thanks for being willing to play us again, guys. No problem. This time we'll get our revenge. Yeah, right. We destroyed you guys last time. Well, that was before our secret weapon joined the team. Secret weapon? We got a new guy who's pretty good. Oh yeah? Where is he? Junso and Hayden look around amongst their teammates, but as the seconds pass, their faces grow more and more alarmed. Barry Bonds! I'm actually not sure. Maybe he got lost on the way here? Yeah, that seems typical of him. It's fine, we can wait a few minutes for him to show up. White Sammy Sosa. Good lord, it took 20 minutes. No one came. He's definitely late at this point. I can't believe this. Where the heck could he be? Did you try calling him? He didn't pick up. Well, it's not like he can answer the phone if he's driving. You guys are pathetic, making up some guy to blame your loss on. Hayden is the Poochie of this game. We're not making him up. He's real, and we didn't lose yet. Stop jumping to conclusions. Is it okay if we start playing without him? If he turns up later, he can join the game then. Yeah, sure. As the killer whales file into the dugout, Noelle starts trekking to her spot in right field. She scowls disdainfully at a barren patch of grass as she passes it. Krista likes pointing out that tiny patch and going, I'll defend that area so you cover the rest of the field, okay? I hope the grass grows back soon so I don't have to keep hearing that joke. Hey, wait! Noelle, you're playing second base today. I am? Why? Yeah, why? She ducks and covers whenever the ball comes her way. That's exactly why she needs to do it. I'm taking AP Psych and I found out there's something called exposure therapy. This is where you make someone do something they're afraid until they stop whining and get used to it. That doesn't sound like textbook definition to me. Krista, then how come we went to the Demon Ride at Great America? You had your eyes closed the whole time. That was before I knew what exposure therapy was. Uh-huh. Wait, but I was second base. What happens to me then? You're playing left field now because you run fast. We're moving a whole bunch of people around, not just you two. Krista thinks she's Mega Mind Master now because of AP Psychology. Hey, I never said that. Noelle begins trekking to second base. I do feel a bit better equipped to man second base now than I did when I first got roped into this club. I don't like to appear underinformed, so a bit after our first game, I read the baseball rule book cover to cover. Still, I really hope no one hits a ball my way. To her surprise, Akarsha is already standing by second base. Bonjour. Why are you here? I'm the shortstop. I'm supposed to be here. What? Aren't you supposed to be closer to third base? Says who? Diagram in the baseball rule book? Nah, the shortstop's position mirrors the second baseman's. You're supposed to work together and vary your positioning to anticipate where the batters and runner to anticipate what the batters and runners do, you know? See? Right. I knew that. So, we're both covering the same base. Won't that make things unnecessarily confusing? You're like a duo. It's a good thing. Yeah, we should negotiate who does what in different situations. All right, fine. How about you cover second when there's a runner on first and field ground balls close to us? And also take care of the fly balls. You're just trying to get out of doing as much work as possible. The game kicks off, and to her relief, Ming quickly strikes out the first batter. Good, just do that 2 more times and we get the bat. Hayden digs into the batter's box next. Mean throws a floater that curves upwards at his head for a moment and then dropping back towards the strike zone. Ah! Instead of swinging, Hayden flinches backwards out of the way. Stay right! What's with you? Nothing, I'm just making sure I don't get hit in the mouth. I had a dream last night that my teeth were falling out. That's what you wasted your dream on? It's not like I can control what I dream about. Mean hurls another pitch his way, but instead of dancing like usual, it pretty much just sails down the middle. Arg! Hayden manages to make contact and drives the ball into the grass. It bounces into the air for one singularly terrifying moment. Noelle sees it coming straight at her. Egad, I hate ground balls! Noelle covers her face with one arm and half-heartedly attempts to catch the ball with the other. She braces for impact, but nothing hits her. On the mound, Mean managed to intercept the ball by catching it behind her back without looking at it. Whoa! Even Mean herself looks shocked that she caught it. Just because it's cool doesn't mean he's out. Throw it to first. Mean hastily lobs the ball to Liz and just barely beats Hayden to first base. Out! Oh man, that was close. As Hayden heads back to the dugout in defeat, there's a distant shout. Sorry, I'm late. Some guys sprinting down the hall. My God. Some guys sprinting down the hill to the killer whales at top speed. It's a faux hawk up here. Sorry. Subban! Where were you? The killer whale player sighs despondently as he joins his teammates. I was driving over when all of a sudden a spider crawled up my leg. So obviously I crashed the car. Obviously? Are you okay? Don't worry, I'm fine. I just knocked the street sign over. Isn't that a crime? How big was the spider? Like this big. He pinches his thumb and index finger together to demonstrate. That's so tiny. But it was all hairy, so practically speaking, it was equivalent to a spider twice as big. Even if it was twice as big, isn't crashing kind of an overreaction? No? Whatever, just get up the bat already. It's your turn. This guy seems like a coward. I wonder what makes him their secret weapon. Subhan digs in behind the home plate. He's standing on the other side of the plate. He must be left-handed. Mean hurls her next pitch, and the batter shifts into bunting stance at the last second. He's not even gonna try to hit it? He starts to run toward first base as the ball glances off his bat, sending the baseball bouncing toward Liz. She's forced to rush towards to field it, leaving first base unmanned. I got it! By the time she scooped the ball up, Subhan is well on his way to first base. He's fast. Frenchman! Oh, I need to cover first base since Liz isn't there. Noelle belatedly runs toward the base so Liz can throw the ball to her, but Subhan beats her there. The killer whales cheer as Subban overruns the base. Yeah! Sub-Zero! Sub-Zero? That's me. They call me Sub-Zero because I'm so cool. Call me Sub-Zero because I'm so cool. They call me Sub-Zero because I'm so cool. That's me. They call me Sub-Zero because I'm so cool. Oh, no fair. I want a badass nickname too. Oh, fuck this shit. It ain't working now. I don't fucking care. Whatever. I'm disabling it entirely from here on out because it just breaks if you do any... Oh, it did? I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. That's weird. It's got a 10-second cooldown, Poncho. Okay. It's got a 10-second cooldown, so you should probably be good to do it now. Aw, thank you for the head pat. Oh, please. Like what? Like Sub-Zero. Thanks for bonking me. You're just gonna copy him? Saida shakes her head at Sub-Zero, basks under his teammates' praise. Who the heck bunts to get on base? I mean, if you're fast, it's doable. Lefties have a huge advantage with bunting too because they're already 2 steps ahead of where righty batters are when they lay down the bunt. That's so cheap. Well, that's the essence of baseball, no? Cheating and being cheap. I thought the essence of baseball was friendship and teamwork. Ah, yes, that too. Junso is up to bat next. He swings the pitch. The knuckleball suddenly swerves outward, sensing the bat dodged it entirely. Dia misses the ball by a mile, too. She rips her mask off and chases after it. Yeah! Sub-Zero, I like we're just gonna call him Sub-Zero now. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, exactly. Sub-Zero takes off, running towards second base. He's taking the chance to steal. I need to tag him out. Dia secures the ball and throws it to Akarsha. Got it! Never mind, looks like Akarsha's supposed to cover second base here. Sub-Zero skids to a halt halfway between the bases. Aw, no. Because it was his choice to run, we need to actually tag him with the ball. Akarsha charges toward him and Sub-Zero turns around and flees back towards first base. Throw it to me! Rah! Akarsha lobs the ball over and Liz tags him out. No! Nice one, Akarsha. Akarsha? Who's that? You? I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Sub-Zero. No, it's not. The team switch sides. As Noelle crosses the field, she's stuck with the peculiar awareness of where she is. Barely a day ago, I was on the opposite side of the planet. I was in Taiwan where the garbage trucks sing Beethoven's For Elise while collecting the trash, and now I'm here playing baseball. I'm wearing a little cap, sweating, and running on grass. Why am I here? It's a mistake that I'm here. Hello, Earth the Frenchman. What? You didn't hear a thing I said, huh? My apologies, what was it? I said, it's hot as balls out here. Not this again. So what were you so lost in thought about? Nothing really. It's just strange knowing I would have led a completely different life if my parents had stayed in Taiwan. I would have been someone who was close to her family, someone who wasn't ignorant of her own culture. Maybe I would have been a better person. Aw, I like you the way you are though. And if your parents didn't move, we never would have met. Of course, because obviously that makes up for everything. Akarsha grins and the inside of Noelle's palm prickles. This is so peculiar. Is this what extreme anger feels like? But right now, I'm only pretending to be annoyed for comedic effect. The sensation is so unbearable, she wants to scratch at it until it goes away. I mean, you went there on vacation. You're probably looking at it through rose-colored glasses. They probably have tons of struggles over there that you're clueless about. Yeah, look it up on Wikipedia when you get home. And don't worry, you can scratch at it as much as you want because there aren't actually arteries in your fingers, so you actually won't bleed to death. Even so, the standard of living there is on an entirely different level. This is backed up by actual statistics, not just by personal opinions. I don't know, man. It's not good to wallow too long in self-pity. But are there farteries? I think those are in your butt. Or else you'll get lost in the sauce. The sauce? What sauce? It's a metaphor for being out of touch with reality, but I like to imagine barbecue sauce. The rest of the Death Bagels cheer as Dia bats Krissa in. Oh hey, they're not just walking Dia like last game? I told Juna to shave his hair off in his sleep if they did that again, because it's not fun for Dia. Who's up next? Me! Time to unveil my special technique. Wait, she better not be trying that getting hit on purpose thing again. Oblivious, Junso throws a fastball at Akarsha. Akarsha leans into the pitch, causing the ball to bounce off her elbow guard. Ha-ha! Free walk to first base. Oh, you can't do that on purpose. The guy on the Niles team who was serving his umpire pages through his rulebook lost. Does it say that in the rules? Actually, it's not relevant whether Akarsha caused the ball to hit her or not. Per Rule 2, Section 40 of the NFHS rulebook, there is no distinction between the act of touching or being touched. Seriously? Thank you, baseball lawyer. Thank you, baseball lawyer. Mwah. Actually, last summer, Rule 734 was added, stating that the batter shall not permit a pitched ball to touch him. But it's not really my job to remind them to update their rule book. But still, that's not fair. You may not like it, but that's what peak baseball looks like. Even the Major League Baseball logo is a guy getting hit by a pitch. What are you talking about? It's a guy swinging at a ball. No, really, picture it. The ball is too high up, and you look how close. I've always thought this too. I've always thought, like, why is the ball going to hit the guy? That's such a dumb logo. The ball's too high up, and look how close to him it is. It's too late. There's no way he's gonna be able to hit it in time. This guy is about to get beamed. No way. She's right. It really is a guy about to get hit. I rest my case. Akarsha jogs to first base victorious. All right, I'm up next. There's already 2 outs. I'd better not strike out. But on the bright side, Dia and Akarsha are both on base. If I can somehow hit this, we could end this inning with a massive lead. Noelle swiftly strikes out, missing by a mile with each swing. Drat! I blew it. There. Did you try? Yes. But did you fail? Also yes. Wait, I think I said those in the wrong order. Forget the order. Why mention me failing at all? The teams switch sides. As Noelle trots to second base, she crosses paths with Dia on her way to the catcher's box. Dia, do you have any tips for hitting the ball? Dia considers for a moment. It's easier to hit the top of the ball than the bottom. Bad for hitting home runs, but she'll strike out less. Dia, at this point, I'm thrilled to hit any of the ball. You think I can differentiate between the top and bottom halves? Dia appears not to have heard Noelle's response and has walked away. Thanks, I guess. The killer whales cheers. The batter hits a grand slam off of one of Mean's pitches. We're tied now! Eat shit and die! Mean strikes the next 2 batters out in quick succession, but the third gets a solid hit. Maybe I can catch this. Noelle leaps for the ball, but it flies over her head and bounces into center field. Got it! Krista fields the ball, then tosses it back to Noelle. I need to throw this to first base. Noelle throws the ball with all her might. It plops almost straight into the ground and begins rolling away. Liz leaves first base to grab the ball. By this point, the runner is approaching second base. It's another pickle. Liz and Akarsha need to box him in again. Akarsha! Who? It's not. She's not cooperating because she wants to be called Sub-Zero. We're calling her Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero! Oh, hey, that's me. Akarsha catches the ball. Liz throws her and quickly tags Junso out. No! Another win for Sub-Zero? You're disgusting. Thanks to Noelle's noble sacrifice, the Death Bagels maintain their deadlock with the Killer Whales for the next few innings. It's the bottom of the last inning. We need 1 run to cinch our victory. Unfortunately, Saida and Krista rack up 2 outs right off the bat. Gomen Nasari, Dia-sama. It was our last hope. After letting 2 balls go, Dia swings at a fastball. She drives the ball into right field, and everyone holds their breath as it rockets towards the fence. It smashes into the middle of the fence, just a couple feet too low to clear it. Well, too bad it wasn't a home run. Too bad I'm about to beat the shit out of you. Kidding. Dia did great. Dia sprints around the diamond and slides into second base, just barely beating the throw. Save! Akarsha cracks her knuckles as she gets up from the bench. Time to use my special technique. Wait, are you gonna get yourself hit by the pitch again? Yeah? Back when I was in Little League, I saw a batter get beamed in the face. Krista, do you remember? He was on your team. Huh? Oh yeah, that was really scary. He collapsed and he was just lying motionless on the ground for a while. He looked like he was dead. Poor kid had to be carried off in a stretcher. I think it knocked out one of his teeth, right? Yep. Actually, maybe he even died for real later. Maybe. Anyway, you're trying to get hit on purpose just reminded me of that. Oh, okay. This must be the new scare tactic they're trying. Plus, this is our only real chance to bring Dia home. We have 2 outs, and Noelle will probably strike out at her at bat. No offense, Noelle. None taken. So getting walked here would just delay the inevitable. You should try to create an opportunity for Dia to run. So I gotta actually hit the ball? Oh man. No pressure if you can't manage it, just do your best. Say no more, I'm going serious mode. As Akarsha walks up to the plate, she tosses her bat in the air, spins around, and tries to catch it behind her back. She doesn't spin around fast enough, and the bat clatters to the ground. Akarsha picks the bat back up and points it at Junso. Your pants can't wait for my pee! Oh my god. I can't with her. Your pants can't wait for my pee. What? What's that even supposed to mean? She's trying to confuse you. Don't let her get to you. Disturbed, Junso quickly pitches to Akarsha. Akarsha whiffs it for a strike. Whoopsie. We're all gonna be haunted by that pee comment now. And it didn't even work? The team holds their collective breath as Junso lets his next pitch fly. Akarsha smacks it into foul territory. That's strike 2. If you want to waste Dia's double, I'll hit you! Krista taps the sign she and Liz taped to the dugout's fence. No hitting allowed. Ha! Then I'll scream really loud in your ear, so it destroys your eardrum. Liz taps the second sign they taped to the fence. No screaming allowed either. God damn it. Junso winds up again. In the meantime, Akarsha has gone suspiciously quiet. Akarsha leans in so she gets hit by the pitch again. Not again! Break going! You just lost us the game! Yeah! Akarsha races toward first base as her life depends on it. Guys, why is she running? Tag her if she tries to steal second! Hayden quickly throws the ball to Subhan. Subhan, the first baseman, Akarsha hastily stops in her tracks. Uh-oh. Come back here! Akarsha turns and scrambles back the way she came with Subhan on her heels. What is she doing? There's no benefit to her retreating all the way back to home. As Akarsha nears home, Subhan hurls the ball back to Hayden, who lunges forward to tag her. They've panicked and forgotten the basic rules of baseball. All they have to do is tag first base to force out. Can they do that? She was hit by the pitch. She's entitled to first base. Good point. Guys, don't forget, Dia's running too. Huh? Dia slides home in the confusion. I knew that's what they were doing. Yeah! Bean runs over to home base and starts furiously kissing Dia as Hayden chases Akarsha back to the dugout. Get off the playing field! The game's not over yet! It's not? I thought we won. The run won't count if Akarsha is the third out before making it to first base. They can't tag her out? I don't know anymore. As she's trying to weasel past Subhan, Akarsha trips on her own shoelaces and collides with him. Ah! Akarsha bangs her head in Subhan's knee on the way down. Oh my god! Akarsha! Without thinking, she runs over to where Akarsha is lying motionless on the ground. Akarsha, are you all right? Akarsha doesn't respond. Coming from Akarsha, this silence is 1,000 times scarier than if she'd been screaming. Please be all right. Her voice comes out all choked up and funny, and Noelle realizes the horror that she's crying. The world would be an awful place without you. Ow. Dazed, Akarsha slowly begins to sit up. Noelle is so relieved that she tearfully pulls Akarsha into a hug for a moment before a mixture of emotions catches up with her. Oh. Wait, what am I doing? Her heart pounding, Noelle hastily shoves Akarsha away, sending her crashing back to the ground. What? You absolute arse! You scared me! Don't ever do that again! Noelle frantically wipes her tears away as Akarsha wobbles back to her feet. Soon the others are gathered around her in concern. You okay? Yeah, just woozy. What year is it? 1834? Just kidding. 2009. How can you be cracking jokes right now? Can you tell me what happened? I got myself into a pickle, tripped, and ate shit. Okay, good. Ask her if she feels nauseous. Do you feel nauseous? No. As they run through a series of tests for concussion, Krista and Liz relax a bit. You seem fine. It's good that you can remember what happened and walk. It looks like you lost consciousness for a second there, though. I wasn't knocked out. I was thinking the whole time. Huh? I just stunned because it really hurt. So you remember what I said to you? Yeah, that I'm an arse? What about before that? What was the screaming that I fell? Everyone was screaming that I fell? It was so chaotic. It all kind of blurred together. What a relief. It would have been mortifying if she'd heard me falling to pieces over her. We should get you checked out by an adult. Aren't you and Liz technically adults now? You know what I mean, real adults, like the school nurse. Does that mean game's over? Yeah, sorry, we'll have to rematch you guys some other time. Wait, so did we win? Did Dia's run count? Unfortunately, no. My understanding is that Akarsha ultimately violated Section 4 of Rule 8. She made a travesty of the game. A travesty? That's such a dramatic way to put it. I love it. I'm so sorry. You can hit my head super hard too as payback. Like with a bat or something. Why? It wouldn't help at all. I'll do it! No one's hitting anybody in the head with the bat. Noelle, could you escort Akarsha to the nurse's office? All right, fine. Noelle and Akarsha trudge back to the hill towards the school. Suddenly, Akarsha touches her own cheek, confused. Why is my face wet? What? There's something wet on my cheek, like water. It's from when I was crying over her. That must have been someone's spit that fell on you. Huh? Ew. Man, if only I hadn't tripped, I would have totally have saved the day. You should thank me for trying to save you from making us lose. Now that she mentions it, I do feel a bit bad that she got hurt trying to help me. I'm actually a bit impressed you wrangled such an improbable outcome out of a walk. I truly marvel at your creativity sometimes. What? Who are you and what did you do with Noelle? Contrary to common belief, I am in fact capable of being nice. I know, but you usually look like you're passing a really hard poo while you're doing it. Akarsha grabs Noelle's hand and vigorously shakes it up and down. Congratulations! You've learned basic human decency! You should try it more often. Yeah, it's exactly how you compliment your crush. To Noelle's dismay, she feels a strange, almost electric undercurrent of something running between her palms. Why am I so sensitive to her touch all of a sudden? I didn't used to be like this. Noelle thrashes her hand free and seizes Akarsha's wrist. What? Could it be that I'm still excited from the game? There's probably still adrenaline in my system. Let me go! War crime! War crime! It's not a war crime to grab someone's arm. Oh, the humanity. To be captivated by a court jester, a circus clown juggling 5 bowling pins. Dia blearily looks up from her textbook as Akarsha takes her usual seat in front of Noelle. How's your head? Oh, I'm all good now. The nurse just told me to rest up for a few days. My parents made me see a doctor over the weekend, too. He said the same thing. Well, that's good to hear. I wish I could have used this as an excuse to get out of bio test today, though. So, who wants to bet Akarsha actually did hear it, and she's just playing dumb right now because, like, she just kind of doesn't feel like this is happening? I'm pretty sure she heard it. She's just playing dumb. Well, at least we had the multicultural week assembly in 3rd period. You can use it as extra time to cram. I want to watch at least some of it though. I heard there was gonna be a K-pop part. Noelle's heart does a nervous little stutter as Akarsha turns all the way around in her seat to face her. Oh, you caught the gauging! Do you remember the poster that was in the nurse's office? No, what poster? It said if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer. That doesn't sound right. Why would that be the case? Swelling? Just to check, Noelle puts her hand over her face to compare her sizes. Akarsha slaps Noelle's hand so Noelle smacks herself in the face. Akarsha! Akarsha bolts and Noelle chases after her. The bell rings. This concludes Noelle and Akarsha's daily morning scream fest. Once they're back to their desks, Noelle glowers at the back of Akarsha's head. I can't keep my eyes off her. It must be my body's natural defense mechanism in response to threats. If I hold her hand, that'll prevent her from doing the "why are you hitting yourself" move. Yes, that's all you have to do. And if I embrace her, she will be completely immobilized. She's going to be accidentally gay. Noelle is about to be accidentally gay. Yes, these are perfectly reasonable explanations for all of these strange urges I'm feeling. In third period, Noelle's teacher leads the class to a gym for the multicultural assembly. Most of her classmates have their heads buried in their biology textbooks as they walk, desperately cramming for the impending test. I don't know if there's anything ambiguous about Akarsha, but it's definitely pretty ambiguous for Noelle right now. Wrestling is pretty gay. You ain't wrong. Exactly, Jetstorm. If you put her lips on hers, she'll shut up. Pistil. The ovule producing part of the flower. Next, xylem. Plant tissue that moves water and stuff around. Next, what's stuff? Like stuff. You know, stuff. How's it going, Iffy? How's the tummy feeling? Is the tummy feeling any better? Hope the tummy feels better. Having tummy issues sucks. I'm having back problems, so I'm not in the greatest time having right now either. Chlorophyll, more like borophyll. Still don't feel like eating, but okay, I guess. Well, yeah. What'd you do? Did you get like a tummy bug, or did you just get like bad food? You know, Akarsha, I've never actually seen you study for something in earnest before. Yeah, well, I decided to actually try normally for once. I think I have too many lies and weird plots going on at the same time. That's tiring me out. You fool, you nuisance, you liar! Yeah, it's a bug. Well, I hope it's over soon. It sucks not being able to eat stuff. I want to know everything about you. Oh, she caught the gay. Noelle only just recently realized that she may have caught the gay, but she doesn't know that it's the gay. She thinks that she's just weirdly confused about trying to, like, you know, she thinks she's trying to, like, learn more innocently about Akarsha. I want you to tell me every little thought that's ever crossed your mind. Sepal, the outer part of the flower, the green leafy part. Why am I so infatuated with her? It can't possibly be that I fancy her. That can't be it. No, surely not. I may have grown used to the concept of Dia dating me, but I have no intention of being part of a relationship like that myself. Even now, I'm aware it's possible for two women to copulate. That changes nothing. Homosexuals can't even legally get married anymore. It seems unwise to pursue a lifestyle reliant on the mercy of a government as unreliable as our own. Akarsha gives her an odd look. Why are you glaring at me? Oh, is that what my face looked like? I haven't even done anything yet. Oof. Noelle walks straight into someone in a class walking to get ahead of them. Oh, hi, it's you guys. Oh, hey, what's up? I posted the first chapter of my webcomic. I saw every page has like 4 comments. Is that good? I have no idea how to gauge webcomic success. Esther, you're like a celebrity now. Ooh, I want to see. Here, I scanned all those comic pages from my sketchbook. She holds her sketchbook out to Noelle, Dia, and Akarsha so that they can read it as they walk. This is not scientifically accurate, but at least it's easier to follow than that accursed English video we made. Hey, were you really in high school if you didn't act in a completely incomprehensible movie with your friends? I actually did, so I can actually, like, this is actually true. I actually did act in like it was a project for another friend and I was in it. I killed somebody. Is that Noelle? Huh? Where? Done multiple movies with friends for projects? Awesome. Dia points at a panel showing a character crumpled on the ground. Wait a minute, is this traced off of a photo of me? Yeah, but don't worry, I made sure to tweak some things. Her personality is completely different from yours, and I changed her hair color to white. Why white? Is she old? No, it's because she's albino. She has red eyes, too. Okay, but what if people still realize that this is based on my likeness? Well, it looks like someone already did. Sure enough, Mina's left a comment on the page where Albino Noelle is getting her ass kicked. Get wrecked, nerd! That's the price of knowing an artiste. Sorry, next time I'll ask for permission first. Also, one of my best friends in high school wanted to be a movie producer. Awesome. God of Halo is a real, like, it's, I don't know what other name I would have expected Meme to have. Esther, you're coming to Fanime with us, right? Yeah, I begged my parents to let me go. We should cosplay as your characters to help promote the comic. What? No. The anatomy's so bad and I made a bunch of mistakes on everyone's outfit. You're famous and you're still saying that BS? You created this with your bare hands, so what if it's not perfect? You're God. We should all go to Fanime dressed as our OCs. Who's with me? Okay, whatever. You do what you want, but I'm wearing normal clothes. You're seriously gonna be too cool for anime while attending an anime convention? It's not like you can wander in by accident. I call dibs on Stella Luna. Then I get Kagami Izuna. Wait, I wanted to be Kagami Izuna. Noelle hangs back with Dia as the others argue, trying to process a confusing tangle of feelings about not being the center of Akarsha's attention. She watches Akarsha's ridiculous gait as she walks, the one that apparently marks her as an American in India. Question, do you ever feel like love is a choice? Huh? Like you could potentially fall in love with someone? You're not in love with them, but if you wanted to feel that way, you could. But if you ignore it, it'll pass eventually. Isn't that just regular love? No, I'm talking about regular love. No, I'm not talking about regular love like what you and me experience. There was no preventing that. The two of you were drawn together with the force of a freight train. But this isn't like that. This is more comparable to someone reaching a fork in a road, because I can obviously control my emotions, especially ones that aren't useful to me. I'm not a wild animal. Well, even if you could control your emotions, why don't you think that they're useful? Because they would derail my entire life. There's insufficient evidence to suggest that the subject in question would reciprocate my feelings, so perhaps this is putting the cart before the horse. But in the unlikely event that things actually did work out between us, it would be extremely inconvenient for my plans. What plans? You know, just the default ones, essentially to secure a respectable job, marry a similarly successful man, and spawn 2 well-behaved children in the suburbs before I'm 30. I'd be throwing away my prospects of leading a normal life just for the pleasure of being tormented by a silly little clown every day. Way to just give it up! Way to just be as subtle as a sledgehammer here. Dia already knows. Look at this girl, she knows. This is the all-knowing Dia. There is no way she is not aware of what's happening here. Dia gives her an odd look. She looks like she's struggling to piece together a very complicated puzzle. What? Nothing. If the person doesn't fit your goal, shouldn't you update the goal? There you go. Don't waste your youth trying to appease normies. But she comes from a very strict Taiwanese family, and like that was basically like the whole point of this chapter, and that they visited Taiwan, and like she was so out of place, and like she didn't fit in, like she had all of this upbringing and shit. Like she just does not know life right now. Like she's just so sheltered. I can't. It's the only outcome my parents see as acceptable. If I don't adhere to it, they'll badger me day and night. They'll never let me hear the end of it. Don't they already do that anyway? Yeah, they do. You're right. No matter what I do, they'll always find some new issue to latch onto. Why am I so desperate for the approval of 2 people whose opinions I don't even respect? I wish I could rewire my brain to only crave approval from people I hold in high esteem. Like me? You would be included, yes. Then I'd want you to adopt 1,000 dogs and start exercising. 1,000? But you can read some books too, as a treat. Your manner of discussing this makes me sound like your pet hamster. Noelle follows her class into the rafters. Dia, over here! Mean worms her way over to them through the crowd. I escaped from my class. Escaped? Are they gonna come looking for you? Nah, I lost them. You'd better have. I'd rather not get caught harboring a fugitive. Did it hurt when you were born with that huge stick up your ass? I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. What the hell is this anyway? Multicultural week? Yeah, that. None of the other schools I went to did this. Well, at lunch there's samosas and Cold Stone cupcakes. What, for free? No, you buy them. All the clubs sell something to fundraise. I heard there's also masubis. What's the baseball club selling? Curry pizza, I think. Akarsha takes a seat at the end of the row against the wall. Mean begins to sit down next to her. Suddenly, Dia grabs Mean by the shoulders, turns around to face her, and kisses her full on the mouth. What? What brought this on? Hot damn! Get a room. Baffled, Noelle squeezes past them and sits in the spot Mean was about to take next to Akarsha. What was that for? Not that I'm complaining. Dia whispers something into Mean's ear that Yo! Like I said, Noelle fucking knows! Or not Noelle, but Dia fucking knows! What? That doesn't make sense. Are you sure? Maybe half. Tinkling is one of the most popular folk dances in the Philippines. Tinkling is tinkling. I said tinkling. I said tinkling. Oh, I'm despairing right now. Hold on. Thank you, Jetstorm. I feel better now. Tinikling is one of the most popular folk dances in the Philippines. This dance originated on an island in the central Philippines. Remember to hydrate, folks. I have not hydrated. I'm actually out of water. Thank you for the bonk. I will actually be right back, in 2 minutes or so. I need to refill my drink, and I don't know how much of this is left. So I'll be right back. I'm back! Did you miss me? I'm here. How's everybody doing? Well, what did I miss in chat? What do we do? Yeah, don't forget to hydrate. Throw. We're near the end. All right. Can't talk right now. I can't talk right now. I'm making piss. I only know that reference from hearing Twin Tail Nami say it. Like, I don't really know what that's from, but I heard Twin Tail Nami say it. Where'd Twin Tail Nami go? Where'd she go? I haven't seen her in like 1,800 years. We should all go to Twitter and @TwinTailNami and ask where Twin Tail Nami went. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it right now. No, I'm not. I'm gonna play the video game. All right. Going through some stuff. All right. Yeah, the last time I spoke to her, it was something about the last time I spoke to her, it was like she sent me a Death Grips mashup, and it was funny, and like we haven't talked for a while. Maybe I'll send her a DM. All right, we back? Is everybody good? Did everybody have their pee-pee time? You can't keep all these people named Nami straight? We do have a lot of Namis, don't we? There's a lot of them running around. Nah, I mean. See what I did there? Nah, I mean. I mean, did you see it? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Hear it? Nah, I mean. Yeah, I deserve that. Noelle and Akarsha continue to cram as their fellow students showcase a variety of culture appropriation. Thank you, Tina. Noelle and Akarsha continue to cram as their fellow students showcase a variety of cultural performances. Dia lets out a huge yawn and rests her head on Min's shoulder. You tired? Stayed up late studying. I'll wake you up if anything cool happens. Man, I wish I stayed up late cramming too. I am so dead. We have the entire assembly to study. If you want to live, stop whining and start reviewing. Yes, ma'am. What part of flower turns into a fruit? That's the ovary. Ding, 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 ding. You didn't by any chance ask that question just to make me say ovary, did you? No way! How immature do you think I am? Last period you asked me to guess the number you were thinking of, and it was 69! Well, you're the immature one for guessing it right. How am I the immature one? I guessed it because I knew you're always like this. Shut the fuck up! Dia's sleeping! Not anymore, she isn't. The Teeny Clean dancers bow and run off the stage. Now that they've reached the lull of the conversation, Noelle is hyperactive in a way, is hyper aware of the side of Akarsha's thigh pressed up against hers. Why did I have to meet you? Why do you have to be so funny and make me so happy? You've ruined everything! Next up is Chinese dance. Chinese dance has thousands of years of history. A troupe of student dancers wave colorful fans in an idyllic sounding Chinese song. Do you know what the song's about? I wish I could tell you. I haven't the faintest idea. When I was younger, I was so eager to cast the Chinese part of me aside because it was so difficult. Now I regret it. Hey, no judgments. I'm whitewashed too. Does it ever bother you that you can't speak any Indian languages? Maybe a little. It would be cool to know. That's all. You don't feel guilty or for being uncultured? Excuse you? I'm pretty cultured. Today, I'm gonna eat curry pizza, destroy the sport of baseball, and even enjoy the company of a Frenchman. You know what I mean? Not the traditional culture that your ancestors experienced. Is that such a bad thing? It's different, but it's pretty cool in its own way too. And if you really want, I can always pick up Hindi or something someday. But you've already missed the window of time when children pick up languages the most readily. Don't plenty of people learn languages later in life? I feel like Dia and Min learned a ton just from teaching each other. You wish you liked dark beers that makes you a bad German? Man, there is this dark beer that's a local, It's a pumpkin spice beer, and it's starting to come back into season, and it told me they might have it next week, and I'm just like so fucking giddy for it. Oh, it's so good. Oh, God. Tried to learn French, but you kept wanting to kill the stupid Duolingo, Al. The hops do not overpower it at all. Like, it's so well crafted. I feel like Dia and Min have learned a ton just from teaching each other. That may be possible, but it's not optimal. Dude, whose life is optimal? You're not a robot. Just take what you can get and be happy. Easier said than done, but duly noted. Speaking of robots, did you try playing Portal? I did. What did you think? It made me motion sick. I kept having to pause because I was on the verge of throwing up. Oops, sorry. Bourbon stouts and the beer overpower. Yeah, I kind of feel like beer is like one of those things where it will overpower anything else. Like even if it's like a really strong, even like a strong bourbon stout. Like you're just like the beer is just gonna overpower it. But I did enjoy the witty dialogue and the song at the end. So you still played all of it? Yeah. Even though it almost made you hurl? What choice did I have? You told me to play it. That's love. That's love. You've got it bad. You got it so bad. This is a metaphor for their relationship. Oh yeah, I guess that's what friends do. Isn't GLaDOS so hot? The sadistic artificial intelligence who's trying to kill you? That's the whole appeal. She's scary in a seductive way. I thought the same thing when I played Portal. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Like, her voice gets all low and sexy when she's assaulted. Akarsha gets it! Did you hit your head again? Something's definitely not right in there. K-pop as we know it would not exist without the woo! The K-pop dance troupe's introduction is completely drowned out by a chorus of high-pitched screams. Aw, that's cute. I'm not sure I would characterize those banshee-like screams as cute. No, not them. Next to you. Noelle turns to Dia sound asleep in Min's arms. Min's gazing at her like she's an angel that just fell down from heaven. It makes Noelle's skin crawl, so she quickly looks away. They're so disgustingly in love, I can barely bear to look at them. Right? It's like staring directly at the sun. All obvious. Sometimes I kind of wish they wore my style. Do you really? It's not exactly my style either. Yeah, I guess not. Noelle carefully maintains a mildly disgusted expression as she watches Akarsha read, just in case she's caught staring. If I cast this part of myself aside, it's difficult. It's difficult too. Will I come to regret it later? Hey, do you remember that time my brother hijacked my computer and typed all this crazy stuff? Are you gonna do it? Wait, are you gonna do it? Akarsha, my girl! Let's do it! What? It was a few months ago after school, remember? Oh, I forgot about that. That was odd. Yeah, I remember now. Why? I lied. That wasn't my brother, that was me. Go, my girl! Yeah! Akarsha goes back to reading her biology textbook, though her legs now jittering up and down. I feel like I was just told a joke whose punchline flew straight over my head. Why would it matter that it was her and not her brother? What exactly did she say? As she racks her brain, a dozen costumed seniors take the floor. Thank you, K-pop. Up next we have Senor Bhangra. They're so good. Bhangra was originally a folk dance from the farmers in Punjab. There's Krissa and Liz. Hey, wake up. Seniors, come on down. It's okay if you don't know the moves. Follow our lead. How is it okay if people don't know the moves? I guess they all try to copy the group that's learned the dance. Won't that look hopelessly unsynchronized though? They can't possibly dance in proper unison on the fly. Why don't we see for ourselves? Let's dance. Akarsha stands, yanking Noelle. No, you're yanking Noelle up with her by the arm. What? We're not seniors. Come on, no one's gonna notice. I can't focus anyway. Noelle balks as her friends weave their way through the crowd of amateur dancers. I don't dance. Come on, you don't need to be good at something to do it. They all try to copy the others, clapping and raising their arms a beat late each time. This looks like shit. Oh, balls, this is harder than I thought. I told you, we look like fools. That's okay, so does everyone else. Already out of breath, Noelle looks around the chaotic blur of Asian nerds flailing their limbs around them. It's true. This must be a group of some of the worst dancers in the world. With renewed confidence, Noelle spins in what turns out to be a completely wrong direction. Dia rears back to avoid crashing into her. To Noelle's surprise, Dia belatedly bumps into her, sending her flying into Akarsha. This almost seemed deliberate. My girl, Dia is so good. I'm telling y'all, Dia is the fucking star of this game. She is so good. What a wingman. Oh my god. This girl got your back so hard, and you ain't even know it. Pardon? Akarsha tries to pull back, only for me to smack the back of her head in retaliation. Ow, what was that for? This air's mine, huh? Noelle grabs Akarsha's hand for balance as they collide again. Isn't this fun? This is a hellhole. This is paradise. Oh, oh my god. Ah! Oh my god. Akarsha laces their fingers together and Noelle can feel it. A hairline crack racing through something foundational within her. Go, girl! Go! Go! Just let it go. Just let it all go. In an utterly terrifying yet exhilarating sensation, but she doesn't let go. I have feelings for you. She whispers it as an experiment so that it's impossible to hear it over the crowd and the music, but it feels like a small, daring victory, like the first step on the moon. Like a butterfly breaking out of its chrysalis, all soft, naive, and crinkled. But maybe the 2 left feet and a few days late to the party, but alive, so alive, trying to process the blinding, beautiful, wild world she's broken her way into. What'd you say? Akarsha twirls her and Noelle gives up on suppressing the giddy smile on her face. Nothing. Maybe I'll tell you later. Be that way, Burger King. That's not even a slogan. They dance and dance, all stupid and struggling and happy. There's so much pain and misery in this school. It's twisted us all into strange and flawed shapes, like butterflies born in a full spring. But it's the circumstances that give us you and me right here, right now. Kant wrote, out of the crooked timber of humanity, no straight thing was ever made. And how we long to be straight, forgetting there's beauty in the crooked things too. We'll never live the lives our parents wanted us to lead, and that's okay, because we'll forge something brave and new instead. It won't be the same, but it'll be ours, and I won't ever let that go. God damn! Man! Huh! That's dope as fuck, dude. Oh, shit. I'll go get in the pit. Hold on, I'll get me over there. Ah, you missed, bitch! Nice try, though. I bet if you try again, you'll hit me. Ah! Thank you for the head pat. The opposite of special thanks. Corny pony. Is there an after credits scene? There is. I bet there is. The future. It's your kids, Marty. All right, here we go. Well, were they open? What do you think? It's 1 a.m. Of course, the Home Depot wasn't open. There's got to be somewhere else you can buy bolt cutters. At this hour, I'm not optimistic. I guess I'll die then? How else are we going to get them off? I'm afraid we need to go to the fire station for... Dude, what the fuck? Stop laughing. This isn't funny. This isn't funny? We're going to the fire station with me half naked and handcuffed, and it's not funny? You really can't get more dressed than that? I mean, my arms can't go through the sleeves. Hold still. This is so good. Fuck, it's so good! Oh my god! I fucking love this game! I give up. Good enough. Good enough? If I had a humiliation kink, this would have been perfect. Doesn't mean have a katana. They do? Or at least some kind of sword. Maybe we could use it to slice the handcuffs off. Oh, she embraced her gender fluidity and she is now going by they. Oh, I'm fucking dying. That's so adorable. Good for mean. That's so good. Oh. Ah. What do you want? A surprise amputation tonight? No. And you're sure the key didn't fall behind the dresser? Get the plasma cutter. All right. I looked everywhere. It's gone. I'm convinced that in these scenarios, small objects stop obeying the laws of physics. This never happened any of the times I handcuffed you. That, my dear, is called luck. Whatever you say, Skunky. Stop calling me that. Fine, Skunko Pop, D Gray Man, and don't brainstorm horrid new nicknames for me. But you're basically begging for it with your hair like that. It's not as if I grew gray hairs on purpose. Then how come I don't have any? You're intolerable. Ah! Ah! It's so good! With her level of stress, yes, I can see her aging 30 years in 10 years. Noelle seizes the front of Akarsha's shirt and yanks her forward, crushing their lips together. Akarsha makes a small noise of surprise, then grins as she deepens the kiss, coaxing her lips open so her tongue can slide inside. At the start of the night, she tasted like watermelon lip gloss, but it's long been kissed and smeared away into oblivion. Noelle can't help but think, why bother? When will you learn? I'll always kiss through every layer of crap you put between us until it's just you and me. When they part, their breaths ragged, neither of them can come up with anything witty to say. I love you. I love you more. That's impossible. No, it's not. I love you times infinity. There, I win. You can't multiply infinity. Infinity is a concept, not a number. So is love, for that matter. Well, too bad, I did it. I love you times infinity. Noelle sighs, but she doesn't bother hiding the half smile tugging at her mouth. Yeah, you still have the handcuff problem. If you're gonna speak nonsense, then I love you times infinity +1. Now get in the car. I have work tomorrow morning. Akarsha tries to respond as Noelle opens the door for her, but she's laughing so hard it takes her several attempts to get it out. The firefighters, they're gonna look outside and see Prius driver dressed like a frog and Toad and me. What's wrong with driving a Prius? Just get in already. I love you times infinity -1. Problem is a matter of perspective. I love you times infinity -2. Okay, how mean. What a video game. Oh my god. Man. Oh man. That was a good video game, y'all. Like that. Wow. Yeah, I mean, should be no surprise whatsoever. But that right there, that's some good video game. She really hit him with the -2. Yeah. You just want everyone to have an F-150. Yeah, that's iffy. That is definitely the thing. All right. Let's see here. While we are wrapping up, I will look to see who be streamerizing this late. What is it? Oh, it's only 10 o'clock. I thought it somehow was 11. I don't know why I thought so. All right. Okay. Jesus. It's Saturday night. Can you believe there's nobody I know streaming on Twitch.tv? What weird loser is not streaming on Twitch.tv on a Saturday night? You think this video game might be good? Yeah, this video game is kinda good. All right. Let's see here. Saturday, yeah, right? How pathetic. How pathetic do you have to be to not be streaming on Twitch.tv on a Saturday night? So did I! Like, I saw this win Game of the Year. I saw this game win Game of the Year from a bunch of sites. Like the first game, the first Butterfly Soup, I saw it win Game of the Year, and I was just like, sure, I bet, sure, whatever. More like Gay of the Year, right? I just thought like, oh, this is probably some twee bullshit, and it's like, oh, we like it because it's idealistic and happy. Look at us. And no, these games are like so fucking substantial. We'll raid Iron Mouse. She's not gonna notice or care. Nope, she will not allow raids. Never mind. Every time I've tried to raid somebody for like the last 3 days, it's just like, no, you can't raid. You're not big enough or something. I don't know. Let's see. There's gotta be somebody streaming that could use a little love. Boop, boop. God, there really is just nobody on tonight. Raid yourself? Oh, hey, Toad22484 is playing XCOM. Ah. Okay. All right. So, I guess then... Hey. Thank you for the head pat. Much appreciated. I guess with that, yeah, this game's awesome. You will probably be hearing about these games at the end of the year, I would have to imagine. But yeah, good stuff. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for enjoying them with me. I don't know what I'll be doing next. I don't really have any plans, but yeah. Well, just keep watching the old Twitter box. I'm sure you'll find something. Anyway, we're gonna go say hi to Toad now. So have a nice rest of your weekend, everybody. Love you a lot.